was the map that Rich got famous for Medivh on because he would play it with compositions like this, not where it's like a Medivh secondary support, but it's actually just for delay. Set up a lot of combos with Leyline Seal into Apocalypse for big stuns. So, I mean, we have seen a lot of Lightning Breath even with Medivh, but I think that this is one where you think about that particular combo with the Apocalypse.
And here we go, and I'm expecting a lot from Miracle because this is their map, and they do have some of their comfort picks here that they like to go with most of the time. As long as Judy doesn't make crazy calls that he usually does, and he has in the next 2 games.
Look at this setup here. There's like no fear for BlossoM because of the portal.
Yeah.
And sure, there's a root on it, but if you get rooted by that on your way in, they're not actually portaling in. The portal's set up in this case, so if something goes wrong, you go out. Yeah. You can still portal while rooted. You just can't continue to chase. So you can see everyone's rooted here. Yeah. Portal's out. It's fine. So it's a bigger threat.
You see the rotations coming up here. Thrall all alone by himself at mid, soaking up the experience, kind of keeping that small pressure early game. And Ural and Dehaka at top lane, as we saw in game 1. Ural took the advantage most of the time, but Dehaka kind of coming fast and coming towards his team fights where his teammates needed backup, kind of gave him the advantage, and the loss of experience at top where Ural just stayed there and soaked up experience by herself.
Just to tell you guys about the level 1 talent that Diablo picked, it's a bit of a rare, weird one. It's called Feast on Fear, and it's when you stun, you get actually healing from that, and that's going to, again, pair with the protection from Medivh, because you're just going to look for those stuns out of Portal, and then you're going to have the heal. 12% of his maximum health, which, as he gets healthier and healthier, he gets more and more souls, is quite a lot of health. So that's kind of a cool talent pick here. We almost never see that. It's almost always Devil Stew, but okay.
We'll see if that'll actually work out for BlossoM and for Honkano. Ooh, that was a good CC right there by Deckard onto Frankel.
It's just, the obvious thing is you're going to root Diablo when he goes in like that, but then the portal comes up and he just goes right out. So that's why this comp is so strong. It has to be really well prepared. Marin Life throughout his career has played a lot of Medivh and has been able to set up comps like this a lot. His Medivh play with Sign when he was very briefly on Tempest. Yeah. When Sign was playing Diablo, is something he's also famous for. So, yeah, I mean, this is a comp that makes sense for BlossoM, and it's very difficult for Miracle to control this early game against the Medivh pick. Yeah. But when we get post 10, there's a lot of things that Miracle can do, and they can still invade like this. As long as Diablo is not being the one making the initiation, Medivh has to come back up.
Alright, there we go. Jumps over. Comes over here, Hunk. Nacho Jin kind of low, but does get out safely here.
That was really well played by Miracle. They set up the engage to trap BlossoM because they knew where Modern Life was in a place where they could not enter either side of the portal. They were actually stuck in between the portal location.
Yeah, well played, and here we go. It's going to be pretty even here.
Yeah, this is going to just be a trade. Yeah. Meriday needs to be interrupted. Moonfire will do it. Remember, Dehaka has the ability to soak a little bit longer.
Yep. But he actually does so. Diablo does get looted right away. Pulls it up. The usual.
Now, Portal doesn't have a very long cooldown, so you don't always feel like you got a big win when you force that, but it does feel nice that we're able to get value.
Ooh, Raynor actually kind of comes up to help out the Euro, but not gonna happen.
Medivh here just kind of floating around. Can just drop a W, force of will right out of Raven form here if anyone gets in trouble. Portal set up here for Wiz. Trying to set up for that stun. They get it. Here's the follow-up stun. Perfect execution. Perfectly done. Now Nachogen, he came down during that moment. Yeah, he's actually going to get caught by the second stun here. Wiz is channeling it. Okay, he gets dragged, so it's going to take a second. He's not going to actually get that stun he was looking for. That was such good execution.
All right, the portal coming out. Nachogen does get taken.
Yeah, he can't go forward because the scroll of ceiling is there. Really coordinated plays by BlossoM right here.
When they saw Judy get picked off, he should have just stayed top and allowed Miracle, the rest of the teammates, to kind of fall back and just soak up a little more experience at top by himself rather than coming down and dying.
Yeah.
I think that coming down was a little bit too late, but
well, that was a scary moment there, bud.
With everybody just getting moving.
I just cannot stress enough like the coordination that's required to set up a play like that with Urel's stun, or like Hammer of Righteousness, or Hammer of like goody two shoes, like whatever it's called. I don't know. Like, she's like, I'm a good guy. I'm like, all right, yeah, okay, I get it. But
I get it.
anyway, when you set that up with the Hammer with a full stun, or knocks him back into the team, then Diablo's ready for the follow-up stun right out of it with a portal there. It's like, that's beautiful. That's a really high-level coordination.
It does go in the double stun here. We'll get rid of Rainer.
A little bit more basic coordination on that one, but it was still good.
Well, you know, this kind of basic pickoffs, Judy was unable to, make opportunities even with this basic pickoffs, and he was getting picked off on the other side. So, I'm glad that Judy is going back to the basics.
Yeah. Just, I mean, guaranteed coordinated plays like that are always better than the riskier play. You have to have everyone on the same page or it just doesn't work. Especially with a new Brock, man. New Brock is not a tank I recommend for solo queue play. Unless you're like in voice chat. Yeah.
Exactly. There we go. Another fight Rainer does come.
Okay, so again, pay close attention to Wiz when he's got his setup for the stun. Okay, he gets rooted this time, doesn't get the stun he was looking for. But he can heal.
Yeah, he definitely can. And it does go in here. A lot of damage being taken by Wiz, though. He could heal himself, but can he sustain himself for that long?
Not
Gets
when he's
dragged.
grabbed. Yeah, that's a nice play here. They can't keep him alive forever. Well, Meriday was certainly trying. Force up will complete, so that's very important. That's going to mean a lot more damage here for Modern Life. So that's actually really nice. He's able to get that. You're also like no longer scared that you're going to die and lose everything. It almost never happens in pro play, but it's a nice little milestone. Yeah.
That happens, and Deaka soaking up again. There go Diablos. He's also right there. Off. Teammate will come back.
I think I called it Force of Will. I meant to say Master's Touch, but you guys know what I'm talking about. It's baseline damage on the queue. All right.
Here we go. Irel is at top. Deaka will match her up at top here before anything happens.
The big question we were talking about was, whether it was going to be the APOC combo. It's not. In fact, it will be Lightning Breath again.
Yep.
Lornado's out.
Everything is just blocked as well.
Yeah, that was not the engage they were looking for. It's not a long cooldown for Lornado, so it's okay.
It's okay. Ural is at mid lane just in case does get that push. Goes back top.
Yep. What you can do as Urel in this case is Dahaka will just keep pushing top, and then you can just go clear the wave. And so both solo laners trade like that. You're never at threat of a gank that way, and you always just have free farm. So you don't have to play it risky. And you're not worried. Neither of these heroes push bell towers hard. It's not like you've got an Illidan up there or something like that. So it's pretty easy.
I miss it.
Hey, we saw when he got played once last week. Didn't go so well, but.
Oh, the cocoon onto Diablo. They're going to focus down Modern.
Okay, he does get away, but the Sundering is going to help blow him up.
Wow.
Meriday.
Meriday is not going to live through this. Sniper tries to escape here.
Stigondar's doing tons of damage, though. Like, this is the power of Rainer, man. It's not going to be enough, but, like, they thought it might have been.
Yeah, and it does kind of make Miracle kind of on a dilemma. Oh, what the heck? What's this damage? And they kind of stumble upon, but they do get two of them. And two of Medivh and Deckard is going to force BlossoM to pull back here. And slowly but surely, Miracle is taking the advantage. And like we said, this is their map. Showing us how it's played.
They are taking control of it right now. Sapper's coming through. This might be nearly a bell tower, actually. Looks like it'll just barely survive. Wiz looking for this engage onto Judy.
Nice full charge up.
Yeah, that was a bit overzealous to use everything that they had to try to grab him there. Meriday wanted that kill.
Maybe they forgot about the
I mean, they're playing well around Judy's Anu Rock, but
yeah.
you know, the scroll thing does have some wind-up time before it actually connects to get that root to prevent the burrow out.
All right. Basically, looks like they're gonna fight over this camp here. Snappers. Miracle is just gonna give that up. Hero is going there at top. Gonna get rid of the camp. Will be contested to Haka.
Okay, like right now, you know, the camp is being contested as you said, but the bigger issue is that because Wiz is contesting that, he's not going to be able to teleport down, whereas Dahaka can. So this is a great way for Miracle to take the further lead, and you can see why this is a bad matchup for Dahaka, man. He didn't stand a chance there. Not to mention he used his cooldowns on the camp.
Exactly. He loses the camp. He's at half health. And Urel is now just coming back down.
Yeah, and it actually was timed perfectly for Wiz because now, after these 5 seconds are done, like he's actually halfway to rotating down to the bottom lane.
He does soak up a little experience while he's on the move. But he's healthy. All 5 members down for the side of BlossoM here.
Pings on the sniper. They're just trying to make sure they knows that the Sundering could come down at any moment. Okay, Honkano was caught.
Oh, this is bad.
Leyline used defensively here. Look at Gondar blow up that cocoon. Wow. They get the kill here onto Dahaka. Gondar was like, cocoon, man. Sniper.
Not right when I'm next to it.
Sniper friends trying to capitalize on that, but I'm just going to press W and blow this up with my Banshee as well.
Yeah. That was a great break on the cocoon. Super fast. No, Rainer, even with the nerf, so much damage.
Yeah. I mean, it's a scaling thing. We're going to feel how much weaker he is the longer we go into a game. And he's not weaker per se, it's just the timing of like which he was stronger has been moved forward a little bit.
Snapper. You know, Miracle having this Dahaka up at top and still losing the camp and losing the fight to Urel, they're going to have to find a way to kind of work around that, maneuver around that, because they know it's going to be very hard for the Dahaka to, you know, take over the top lane when Urel is over there matching him.
Yeah, moving forward now with this camp and just using the scroll stand to try to zone them out. Looks like they just want to invade and get a second camp here. Take it back. They move their focus mid.
Allow them to get this Zapper. They're gonna kind of come down a little bit late.
Yeah, I can't really invade this one. Everybody's there. Judy's the king of controlling this space on the Anu Brock. The triple camp. We're going to have this scroll stand coming out. Here's the portal.
Oh, here we go.
Honkano is just eating all this shields. Now he's going to be able to set up for a big flame.
Judy does burrow charge out, but will he live? No, he does not live. Diablo finishes him off.
And they're just getting a positional advantage while the ley line's out. They're going to have to clear this wave, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate. Without this wave, they could have just gone all towards that bell tower.
Oh, Wiz is heading up right now, but the teleport.
Oh, he's going to be able to cancel it.
Yeah. I say teleport, but so brush stroke does teleport you across the map, but, you know, heat goes underground, whatever. Now Medivh portaling over here. This is going to be really difficult for Miracle to retake.
It's so bad. With New Barak dead, Decker takes that other side, and now this is the only tower left. It's not looking good. If they lose this, they're going to be kind of far. They're slowly becoming, the gap is being larger and larger on the side of Miracle. And remember, this is their map.
I'm kind of just sitting here in the brush. So they can't really approach. They're just trying to protect Merryday. That's the whole goal here. And they will prevent Judy from getting in there. She's going to have to back off. And, you know, they almost lost that bell tower. That could have been a huge turning point for Miracle in this game, but they save it. Now they can push bot themselves, and that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to look to knock this bell tower down, forcing a rotation. But there's no way Miracle saves this.
Oh, yeah, they're way too late. Oh, but the Haka does come around to the back, and they're gonna contest this, and they're gonna commit to this fight. But the portal.
Okay, they do save it though. That's the most important part. And BlossoM didn't have to use any heroics to get away, so that's a nice trade up for them. It's crazy how Rainer's Raider, the Banshee, like actually heals up so fast. Almost never dies.
Pull them back, give them a second. It'll be F4.
Alright, well now, you know, lucky save. Well, I don't want to say lucky save. Very well done save here by Miracle. It was a near loss of their bell tower, which would have really turned this game on its face for them. Portal up.
Oh, it seems like BlossoM is not done with this bell tower. They're gonna. Oh, they tried. But when you see that Diablo taking that portal back, they know they're pulling back. We're gonna go with Nitrogen.
Nope, not completely.
Nope.
All right, this is really going to be, I think, where Miracle needs to make their stand. They need to actually leave the Haka bot and then look for a big fight. They're going to try to use this camp to get a little bit more pressure.
This is actually what they did before, you know, forcing and getting this camp. You know, buying a little bit of time. But like you said, these two towers at top, this is going to be the fight for Miracle. They're going to have to try to win the fight to come back.
Okay. Trading it now. I don't know if that's going to be enough, though.
Yeah.
They're 8 behind right now, and they're not pushing any closer to 20, so trading like this is exactly what BlossoM wants.
Exactly. Well, at least on the side of experience and levels, they're pretty close to each other. So I think Miracle, they're going to do this trade maybe this time around, and then as they progress to 20, they're going to kind of engage as you were thinking they would now and try to win a team fight to get and come back and catch up to BlossoM.
There's a nice window here for BlossoM to take out this bell tower, though.
Yeah.
And, you know, Dahaka can try to flank it. He will have his rush talk if he doesn't have it already here. And that's maybe how they're going to have to save it, just like they did previously. But if they don't, then look at the pressure on mid-bell tower even. It's starting to add up. Miracle's just... They've got their backs against the wall, and they're about to find themselves crushed under the pressure. Ooh, this was cheeky.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, but running back in.
That word's not really in my vocabulary. This is one of those moments where...
the cheeky play is coming through.
The cheeky play.
But unfortunately, nothing comes out of it, actually. They're going to try to do it again.
Wiz heavily trying to set up that big stun with the hammer, but fails.
Wow.
And they're unable to actually knock down this bell tower. Again, Miracle holds strong.
Miracle doing very well on defending this bell tower, like you said. And, you know, BlossoM did try to, you know, do some cheeky plays to kind of commit to knocking down this bell tower, but unfortunately it's not going to work out, and 15 more seconds until the next one comes up. Another one with the portal.
I'm kind of trying to set up for this. Ooh, this is a big root onto Franco.
Hanzo!
Yeah. Okay, he does get away, but this is giving so much space to BlossoM to set up for the next fight.
Yeah.
Or rather, for the next channel.
In the meantime, we do have Diaka and Euro fighting up here.
Yeah.
With Gondar.
Forced him to use Burrow early. That's a nice win. Merriday's caught, though. Really nice moves here. There's no portal. Daka's dead. And Meriday survives. Portal just comes up.
This is what happens when you take over a lane control. You can kind of swing up and down on the side of BlossoM, as you saw Gondar do, and help out Euro to finish off the Dehaka. This time around, Judy does go in. Burrow has to Burrow charge out.
Okay, this is almost the dead bell tower. I mean, even Meriday's just tossing his abilities out just to try to wear it down. Urel's channeling the bottom bell tower, as you mentioned.
Yep.
It's going to put Miracle on death row. If they end up capturing the boss or any other bell or any other altar, then this game is BlossoM's. They win it and win the series. Here's the bell tower going down. So much pressure from Hong Kong means they get it no matter what.
Definitely, and Hong Kong is still safe and sound here with Diablo.
Franco caught again, also by the Lornado. They're going on.
Oh!
On him, that's what I meant to say.
They're going on. But Gondar, Nitrogen from the back, grabs Gondar.
So much slow coming down here from this Lightning Breath Sniper, slowed by Wiz as well.
And Judy so low as well.
Everyone survives, but, you know, it's just delaying.
Really?
Yeah, it's really kind of feels like it's delaying the inevitable.
Definitely is. All the team fights that's been going on has been going to the side of BlossoM. And like you said, one more boss or one more altar, it's game. And it's going to be a 3-0 sweep, and they're going to get a loss on their perfect battleground here, which is 4-0 right now for Miracle currently.
Yeah. BlossoM just setting up now for the 20 play of the boss. It's like Frankel's trying to soak for 20 bottom while dealing with that, I want to say catapult, but sapper pressure. Just going to look for this, look for this bell tower, but like they're not going to get it, but they're just forcing Miracle to rotate, forcing Miracle to perhaps make a mistake right when they hit 20. Wiz takes the sapper, and they're just going to look for the 20 boss play. They've got insanely fast clear time on this. And if Miracle comes to contest, they can just back away. They don't have to fight this.
All right, Judy, nice double stun here. On to Deckard, actually.
Arrow miss.
Oxygen taking something of the aggro off. Judy so low.
Sundering does not really get that much value here. Okay, Hongona's on the boss. The boss is getting low. They're getting forced away. Nitrogen's off. This might just be game. Judy's got one big chance. One big burrow charge.
All right.
He hits it.
That was a nice burrow charge into the stun. But is this going to be enough? Diablo does go down.
And they're going to steal the boss, I think. They stole it.
They got it. They forced BlossoM to go back, run away. And Judy actually gets a nice play right there.
Yeah, he got the big burrow charge onto everybody right in between the portals. So 3 shots, but I mean, this is just, it's an uphill battle, man. They got 1 health left on the core. They're undefeated on this map, but that might change if they can't literally make sure they get every piece of this map for the next 5 minutes.
Literally everything. They want to get rid of this bell tower. They don't want any sappers, sapping through here, but they're gonna put pressure on top once again. Like you said, Miracle has to take in charge of this whole map. Oh, the arrow misses.
Yeah, if the arrow hits, it's a really long stun. Judy's here, but
still goes in.
Wiz is, he's got his ability to jump out here. He's just going to jump onto this portal because he thought they were actually going to come out and he could give armor. Meride, he's going to pop out in just a second. This is not looking good for Miracle. Look at the leyline seal. Medivh cheats, and oh boy.
Wow.
Watch for the lightning breath. It's going to be big.
Oh, here we go. Look at Medivh just being annoying back and forth as well. Can't forget about that.
He just does so much damage. He makes it impossible to kill people.
This is basically over here.
Yeah, this is going to be game.
Blue Beetle trying to live here.
Nitrogen's going down.
Team wipe.
Crisp engage here for BlossoM. They force the rotation. And the altar spawns here in 30 seconds. No one's going to be up to contest.
40 seconds left at least for the first member to come back from Miracle.
They could just end this with the bell tower capture as well. Which just looks like they want to do it in style and do it this way.
Yeah.
They, it's choose your own adventure win here. BlossoM will take the series, It was, I think, very well fought by Miracle. But BlossoM gets revenge here. It will take the 3-0. And we saw a pretty amazing game on Dragonshire. The next 2 games up felt like Miracle kind of lost their way. That's going to be another 3-0 here in HGC Korea, despite Miracle's best efforts. And the question is, when will the 3-0s end?
I was about to say that, but, I have to go back to the first game. Not for least, what am I saying? Miracle, they had the first 4 Dragon Knights. They had 1 keep down super early, or at least by mid-game, and Miracle was just taking the early mid-games to BlossoM, and BlossoM was just getting pushed back. And Miracle, I thought Miracle had that first game, and if they did, it would be a 2-1 game right now. And we would have gone to game 4, and maybe even game 5, and Miracle would have had a chance and showed us a non-3-0, but that the comeback that BlossoM made in the first game, just huge.
It certainly was. Look at how much, heals, I guess you could say, from Modern Life here. 20,000 damage prevented, essentially. Meride walks away with 50k, basically more healing than his counterpart in Blue Beetle. Meride just kills it on the Deckard Cain. He's played 13 games, I believe, now of Deckard Cain, and that will put him at, let me check the exact stats one more time. That puts him at a 9-4 win record. So, you know, it almost feels like you just got to ban it against this guy. You know what I mean?
But do you really want to ban the Deckard? I'm pretty sure he's used to playing the other support heroes as well. It's just he feels more comfortable now, and it is the meta pick, especially for him, for that guy being 9-4. But I don't know about the Deckard ban.
It's just such a he's such an impactful hero. Deckard is, because he sets up these large zones of slows and then slows set up into big roots. And when that scroll comes down, the thing about scroll that's so powerful is not in fact that it roots you. It's the fact that you have to play around that you'll be rooted. So you're like, oh, I was going to fight here, but whoa, I got to walk over here, and then suddenly you get flanked and get caught by somebody else. But if you just get rooted, then you die also. So it's just so powerful. Scroll of Sealing as an ability is very unique in that it's one of the biggest roots in the game. You've got like Malfurion's root, but it expands similarly slowly. But Deckard Cain is just like, you better get out of this spot or you're going to die.
And it's not a small circle like Malfurion.
It's very big.
It's a huge triangle coming through, and you see it happen. And when you're in that area, you're thinking, oh my gosh, I'm rooted.
And the other thing, too, is it's like actually bigger than it appears. The edge of the triangle has like a really large hitbox, so it's like, it's insane what you can do with that.
Yeah, but it is another 3-0.
Yep, another one. So BlossoM will take the, I'd say, one of our harder fought 3-0s here. You and I had a pretty close game last week as well on Friday with Gluck and Supernova. It ended up being a 3-0 for Supernova. The games were pretty tight, I would say.
It was pretty similar, and, you know, I always am talking about that Dragon Shire, the first map, the closest one and the biggest twist there was yet. And if you guys didn't see it, just see that 27-minute, I'm sorry, the dragon that coming out and just making a big twist, giving BlossoM the win. Yeah,
Miracle, I think, mentality-wise, got a little bit shaken after that loss because they were so ahead. And like that was a game they should not have lost, but really snap decision-making by Wiz and Honkono to make that play with the Diablo bolt onto the camp there. Trading that out, getting control of the Dragon Knight in that one tiny timing window, that's some high-level decision-making right there. So at the end of the day, Miracle does end up losing that, and they lost the series. But I think that was like a big turning point because in Sky Temple and then moving into Towers of Doom, they just never really recovered, and they never really had close games. So we're going to jump into some highlights here, and I believe we're jumping to highlights in the interview, right? Okay,
Yep.
So
so we're gonna finally get to see this again, and you guys can already see this is already to the point where, you know, BlossoM is down a keep, and the catapult doing damage to the Nexus here, and BlossoM just losing most of their team fights here.
Yeah, look at Gondar surviving here. That's actually huge to buy a lot of time, but you know that ends up being Honkono comes over, bolts over. They're gonna get the fight win here, but this is when all three forts were up. The next fight they win, we're not going to watch, I guess. But the next fight's actually the big one. This is, you know, just Miracle trying to control the shrines. This is the Riptire that meant the was doing no damage.
Yeah, and that stayed there forever and ever.
Yeah, that ended up being pretty rough for them. And then the Dragon Queen came out pretty late. They wanted to play this fight a lot more conservatively, but once they started losing it, it was just a disaster.
Yeah, this is the moment where I was talking about how... This was right after I was talking about how if Junkrat and Hanzo are left alone, they're so dangerous. But if the Junkrat is gonna hold on to their Riptire for that the full duration, it's not gonna. We're gonna lose the damage output.
Yeah, well, here's. I don't remember exactly which fight this is. I guess it's just the. Oh, this is the last fight at the top, and Leyline Seal ends up leading to a kill, and then the Lightning Breath slows everybody. Sundering is the